Welcome back. Celebrities from around the world are expressing shock over news that Oscar-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman was found dead in his New York apartment yesterday. Police are now investigating his death, but they already suspect it was brought on by a drug overdose. Police in New York received a 911 call just after 11 Sunday morning. They found Hoffman on the bathroom floor of his West Village apartment with a needle in his arm and heroin nearby. The 46-year-old had admittedly struggled with drug addiction. The tragedy left those in the film industry stunned.
I'm kind of in shock right now. I mean, we lost one of the greats.
He had a danger to him, he had a vulnerability to him. I mean, all those qualities that make what I think make someone watchable and very special.
And I'm enormously sorry and upset by it.
The highly acclaimed actor is best known for his Oscar-winning role in the 2005 film in which he portrayed writer Truman Capote.
When the bellhop told me I had a phone call, and it was my stepfather, Joe Capote, calling to say that my mother had died.
His incredible talents also gave way to 3 Academy Award nominations, including The Master in 2013. Another for his role as a priest in Doubt in 2009. And in 2008, he was praised for his role in Charlie Wilson's War. Others mourning his death say he was gifted at disappearing into his roles.
Someone who could portray and reflect the reality and put it on screen, that doesn't occur every day from an actor, and he did it on a regular occasion.
Hoffman was equally gifted as an on-stage actor. He once humbly stated that he didn't need an Oscar to validate his success.
You're only as good at what you know as yesterday. His last minute. It's a moment just when it comes to art. You know what I mean? I mean, it's something. There's still more work to be done.
Hoffman's acting career may have abruptly come to an end, but as Kevin Costner puts it, his remarkable body of work lives on.
It's a shame because who knows what he would have been able to do, but we're left with a legacy of the work he's done, and it all speaks for itself.
A heart transplant patient who was given the wrong donor organ has passed away at Queen Mary Hospital from lung infection. She survived less than half a year after the transplant, and there will be an inquiry into her death. Jenny Lamb reports.
The patient was a 59-year-old woman who was given a heart transplant at Queen Mary Hospital in May last year. But after the operation, the hospital then discovered that the patient's blood type did not match that of the donor. The patient was given anti-rejection treatment and then recovered. She was discharged from hospital in August last year, but had to continue taking anti-rejection medication. Last November, she was admitted to hospital again because of breathing difficulties. It was then discovered that she had a lung infection. She passed away on the 21st of January. The hospital said the dosage of anti-rejection drugs for the woman was more or less the same as that given to other transplant recipients. But Professor Lo Chung Mao, head of the Department of Surgery at the University of Hong Kong, explains that the patient would require heavier anti-rejection medication than transplant recipients who received the right organs. For example, plasma transfusion, which is not necessary in other heart transplant patients, might be needed. Anti-rejection drugs, he adds, would suppress the patient's immune system, making her susceptible to infections. The coroner's court will look into the woman's death. Jenny Lamb, TVB News.
Every year, more than 100,000 tons of waste wood ends up in landfills. That's exactly why environmental organizations are criticizing the government for a lack of waste wood recycling policies. Stephanie Choi reports.
This is one of Hong Kong's main sources of waste wood. Every day, workers unload tens of thousands of containers. The pallets are then dumped into landfills. While the government actively promotes recycling other materials such as paper, plastic and metals, it has no policies to recycle about 380 tons of waste wood every day. Wood that has a combined size of over 150 double-decker buses. And the amount of waste wood is 30% more than waste glass, 60% more than waste metals. But the amount of wood recycled in 2012 was only a small fraction of the amount of recycled glass and metals. A waste wood recycling plant at Eco Park in Tuen Mun recently turned unwanted Christmas trees into sawdust, an environmentally friendly fuel. It can process around 100 tons of waste wood per day, but only gets around 10 tons.
A
representative of the company says he has approached many organizations, but they would rather discard pallets in landfills than to take them to a recycling plant. He explains this is because these organizations find it more efficient to get rid of all the waste with only one vehicle, without getting a separate one for transporting pallets. Some environmental activists suggest the government could increase charges for dumping waste at landfills to encourage companies to recycle waste wood. But the Environmental Protection Department says concerns vary between different methods of waste recycling, and more research is needed before the government establishes relevant policies. Stephanie Choi, TVB News.
All right, Chris, I purposely didn't watch the Super Bowl so I could see Jameson Wong's report today.
And you may watch later, right?
Okay.
Okay. Citizen Cuenca United defeated Olhanense of Portugal to lift the Lunar New Year Cup. Sham Kwak Kung, who plays locally for Citizen, opened the scoring in the 16th minute. And the score was 1-0 at halftime in favor of the Ecuadorian-Hong Kong combined side. Second half, Citizens' Marco Krasic made up for the missed penalty, and he ended up heading in the ball from close range. The Seattle Seahawks defense shut down the Denver Broncos' high-powered offense to win Super Bowl 48 in New Jersey, and the final score was 43-8. Jameson Wong has more.
First play from scrimmage for the Denver Broncos, and the ball sailed over Peyton Manning's head. Denver recovered the ball in the end zone but trailed 2-0 just seconds into the game. And it got worse for the AFC champions as the Seattle Seahawks scored 22 unanswered points to take a 22-0 lead at halftime. Manning was picked off twice, with one of his errant throws leading to a 69-yard touchdown return by Malcolm Smith. The linebacker was named the game's most valuable player. Overall, Manning was 34 for 49 for 280 yards and a touchdown, while his counterpart, Russell Wilson, tossed 2 TDs without an interception. And when Percy Harvin returned the second half kickoff 87 yards for a touchdown, the route was on. The final score, 43-8. Score-wise, the game tied for the third most lopsided contest in Super Bowl history. Weather was not a factor in the first American football showcase staged outdoors.
I love this opportunity for these guys because we already have intact the mentality and the language that we need to take the next step and come back and go to work again. So, that's a long ways down the road. We'll see what happens.
Well, it's disappointing for our entire team. We worked hard to get to this point, overcame a lot of obstacles to be here. Put in a lot of hard work, did some really good things just to have this opportunity. So, but certainly to finish this way, it's very disappointing. And it's not an easy pill to swallow, but eventually we have to.
It was the first Super Bowl title for the Seattle Seahawks franchise, having reached the big game once before. And first for former college coach Pete Carroll. Jameson Wong, TVB News.
Andy Murray defeated American Sam Querrey in 4 sets to clinch a Davis Cup victory for Great Britain. It was Britain's first win over the Americans in nearly 80 years. Team GB now moves on to the quarterfinals for the first time since 1986. Murray and company will play Italy in April. The match will most likely be played on clay, which favors the Italians. In the English Premier League, Arsenal moved back to the top of the table with a 2-0 win over Crystal Palace at Emirates. And the Gunners' Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain scored his first 2 goals of the season. Arsenal with 55 points from 24 games, 2 points ahead of Manchester City. The Light Blues go up against third-place Chelsea tonight. Liverpool, which played to a 1-1 draw with West Brom, now 8 back of Arsene Wenger's side.
According to a hospital authority study, more than 300,000 people suffer from depression in Hong Kong. But the good news is medical professionals are now promoting a regular exercise program that will help patients with depression. Ronnie Samtani has more.
While this may look like a gym or fitness center, it's actually the physiotherapy department at Kowloon Hospital. The hospital runs 12-week exercise programs for patients with depression. They work out in the center for an hour 3 times a week. One patient, Grace, suffered from depression in 2009. She became so miserable that she would avoid going outside. That's when doctors suggested she join the exercise program. Today, Grace describes herself as happier and healthier. I'm healthier now, and so I feel pretty. I used to think I was really ugly, she says. She also has a lot more self-confidence than before and keeps coming back to the program because she likes having the support. Dr. Polly Lau, manager of the physiotherapy department, explains that patients are taught simple exercises like stretching. She noted that many patients slouch and have poor posture, which is bad for the heart and lungs. Dr. Lau says it's best not to teach patients complicated exercises because they want to make sure that patients can do the exercises at home. Currently, 84 patients are enrolled in the program. After completing the program, doctors reported that patients' overall health improved, and many of them had the dosage of their depression medication reduced. Psychiatrist Dr. Ng Kong Man says exercise stimulates the endocrine system, which has both physical and mental benefits. When you exercise, your brain produces endorphins, and that makes you happy. For the patients, their muscles are relaxed after exercising, their symptoms disappear, and they are in a better mood. In addition to helping patients with depression, doctors encourage everyone to take time out to do basic exercise to relieve stress as well as stay healthy. Ronnie Samtani, TVB News.
And that is a wrap of our news.
Good night.
Good evening. It was sunny today. At 5 p.m., the weather was generally fine over southern China. Today's temperatures range from 17.4 to 24.6 degrees, and the relative humidity was between 52 to 81%. The current temperature is now standing at 20.8 degrees Celsius, and the relative humidity is 74%. The fire danger warning is yellow, and the fire risk is high. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow? Fine at first tomorrow, then becoming cloudy with 1 or 2 rain patches later. Temperatures will range from 17 to 21 degrees. It'll be windy and rainy in the following few days. Tomorrow morning's air quality health index will be moderate, and the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 4. And now to the latest global weather update. Cloudy in Shanghai and Xiamen, showers in Taipei. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu, showers in Macau. Sunny in Beijing and Seoul, snow in Tokyo. Foggy in Bangkok, rain in Ho Chi Minh City, showers in Manila. Cloudy in Kuala Lumpur, bright in Singapore, showers in Jakarta. Foggy in New Delhi, sunny in Karachi, bright in Mumbai. Rain in Cairo, bright in Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane and Sydney, sunny in Melbourne, bright in Auckland. Sunny in Toronto, snow in New York. Sunny in Vancouver and San Francisco, showers in Los Angeles. And it's bright in London, showers in Paris, cloudy in Amsterdam, Frankfurt, and Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.